What we have here is one of our speaker cabs that's specifically designed for blizzards. Here we've got a speaker enclosure where you can see that essentially this cabinet is being built to be extremely weather resistant. It's literally made for an outdoor ski lodge, and it'll be used outdoors in the winter. And just in case there's a blizzard or whatever, we've got the frame that goes all the way around here to where it'll have a metal grill and all acoustic cloth right across there to really prevent the rain from going into the cabinet. The driver that we're using in this particular model is a Faital, so it doesn't really matter as to whether water or rain hits the Faital. It's an incredible speaker that is literally waterproof, not water resistant, but waterproof. You can literally pour water onto the cone of a Faital and not have an issue with it. Here we've got a box that comes in at a unique angle that's holding our connectors. Our connectors, Nutrix connectors, are hand soldered in place, as is our crossovers. But I'll show you the back here. Specifically what's going on here, I'll show you with our Nutrix test cable, is that you actually have to go in and underneath to lock your connector in place. And now it's in place in it. And the reason that the connector is done like this is that if it rains, I don't want it to be dripping across the plate. Even though the speak-on connectors are pretty good for being relatively well sealed. And even the top plate of the inside here is sitting a little higher. So if the rain comes along, it'll drip to this point, but it can't travel upwards into the speak-ons, and it'll drip down in this area and roll right out. And again, this very edge here, this is sitting just a little bit higher so that there's not a trough there for rain to collect. And of course we're using this heavy-duty epoxy Campbell finish that is just very durable and will protect the cabinet for a lifetime, literally. Right here, just at the bottom, there's a couple of little holes, and these are drain holes for rain, so that if any kind of moisture or rain does go through the grill and collect, it still doesn't get into the inner chamber of the cabinet and will collect across the bottom here and drain through those holes. The speaker that we're using is a Faital. This company's been in business for 50 years now, a brilliant company. When they started building a pro line of speaker component, they designed it thinking that the speaker's going to go from a freezing cold truck, you know, in the middle of winter into a nightclub and get plugged in and have to literally start up. And heat is a big problem when you've got a very, very cold magnet and you're starting to move that voice coil in it. They've done some brilliant things to handle that. The other thing too is that when you have rain or snow or a blizzard coming through, the speaker cone is going to get wet and it's going to have humidity or moisture or whatever hit it. This cone is actually waterproof, not water resistant. It's not like a regular cone and then someone sprayed silicone across the front of it, which frankly is something that, you know, it was a common practice. However, I think things are going to change because Faital is literally the state of the art, and I think other companies are going to have to make an effort to try and catch up. We're very proud to be using Faital in this component, in this cabinet, and it just makes it a really, really durable cabinet that's ready for the weather. Now, that being said, we're also going to do everything possible with the cabinet to reduce any kind of moisture that goes inside. So we've got this acoustic grill here, and then there's another layer of acoustic foam which is actually on the metal grill itself that goes right across there, and it's sealed all the way around. It's got a lip all the way around, so it's tight all the way around the edges there. Again, reducing the probabilities of moisture getting in, but if moisture does get in, I don't care because I'm using Faital, and that makes this cabinet a really, really, truly environmentally sound cabinet to use. And it also sounds good. This is great. We're at the Ontario cross country, the Ontario Cup. These kids are great. They're all racing by with smiles on their faces. But I'm freezing to death. I can't believe how cold it is. So this is actually going to be a really great test for the Faital speakers, and that are the new components that we're using. in the environmentally friendly and weatherproof speaker enclosures. Hey, look at that little fella, you see that? That is so cool. Anyways, yeah, this is a perfect environment to demonstrate the need for a speaker enclosure that's really durable.
Go, Paul! Keep it going, Paul! Go, 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 go! Good job, Paul! Push it!
Hi, welcome to Highlands Nordic. Yeah, we just had some Doyle audio enclosures hung up here, and it was incredible when we swapped them in. I mean, the projection was amazing. We could actually hear what was going on. As you can hear in the background, we can hear everything, including people walking around. And they were personally delivered.
Okay, we're losing light here. It's the end of the day. We set the speakers up for tomorrow's finale, switched over to the speakers that were there. One thing about these speakers, there's a dramatic throw in the vocal range because of the recess of the 12-inch into the cabinet. The little side walls, just a little bit of horn side holding the form of the wave really dramatically increases the throw of the vocal range. Okay, and of course in a place like this where you have all sorts of contestants and people around and spectators, where you want to have them all hear these announcements, having a throw, especially in an event like this, is really, really important in the vocal range. And especially when it's freezing. It is incredibly cold. I don't know how these people are walking around with smiles on, but it's great. It is freezing right now. And this is where you can really tell the difference with what kind of components that you're using. Again, in this particular cab, we are starting to use the Faital speaker. Incredibly well-designed speaker, designed for this kind of weather. And it's just fantastic for us to know that we are giving our clients, this organization, great group of people here. It's great to know that we're giving them a really, really great product that's going to be reliable, that's going to handle the weather, that's going to handle a blizzard, and it's going to handle this freezing cold weather. Okay, guys, back to the lounge for something that'll warm us up.